Chapter 14. A Biography of Abraham Lincoln. Step into history with Abraham Lincoln, a towering figure known for his honesty, courage and leadership. From a humble log cabin to the White House, Lincoln's journey shaped America's future during challenging times. Discover how this beloved president's ideals of equality and justice continue to inspire generations around the world. Abraham Lincoln came from humble beginning. His life is a true rag to riches story. With lots of perseverance and hard work, he went on to become the President of the United States. He was the 16th President of the United States. He ranks among the top 3 presidents the US has ever had because in his short time in office, Lincoln did more to build the American nation than any other president before or after him. The foundation for true equality between all American citizens was laid by the firm convictions and actions of Lincoln. Frederick Douglass, a man who was born a slave but went on to become a famous orator, statesman and reformer, described Lincoln's actions as essential to Negro freedom. Abraham Lincoln's measures to abolish slavery, the practice of employing people from African countries as labor in the field and homes of white American settlers, and his leadership during the American Civil War have earned him a lasting place in the history of his country. For a 4-year-old, it was a great feeling to have caught a fish on his own. Though it was small fish, but he feels so proud. He looked forward to showing his catch to his mother. As little Abraham walked on the path through the woods around Knob Creek, a man in a soldier's uniform approached him. He paused to greet him and inquired with a kind twinkle in his eyes, "Good day, young boy. Did you catch that fine fish all by yourself?" The child nodded as he looked at the soldier's weary clothes. The soldier looked as if he had been on the road for some days. After a few minutes of conversation, the boy remembered his family's advice to be good to soldiers. Holding out the only thing he had to offer in the nature of a gift, he said, "Would you like this fish for your dinner?" The soldier, hungry and grateful for the generosity of this small child, accepted the offering with a smile of thanks. Neither the child nor the soldier who accepted his gift knew then that the little boy would grow up to be one of the finest and best-loved presidents of the United States of America. Growing up as a child in a family of pioneers, men and women who made their way into the wilderness to open it up and make way for others to follow, Abraham Lincoln became used to being among the trees and streams of the forest at a very early age. Abraham's father, Thomas Lincoln, was a wandering laborer who had learned carpentry. He could neither read nor write. It was only after he got married that his wife, Nancy Hanks, taught him how to sign his name. Abraham Lincoln was born in a log cabin on Rock Spring Farm which his father, Thomas, had bought on credit. His family lived there for the next 4 years. They later moved to a better and bigger farm in Knob Creek, a short distance away, where they lived till he was 7. Spending long hours on his own meant that Abraham created primary friends and foes for himself as he roamed the forest. Abraham also gained in physical strength, learning to climb, run swiftly, leap over long distances and carry heavy branches home for firewood. His first encounter with education was through a tutor named Jacharya Rene, who taught a small group of children from the pioneers' families near the Lincoln cabin. The next teacher was Caleb Hudghill, whom they had to travel 4 miles to meet. There was sometimes a gap of weeks and even months between one set of lessons and the next. In the autumn of 1816, when Abraham was just 7 and his sister Sarah 9, Thomas Lincoln decided to move with his family to a forest near Pigeon Creek. The family made the journey over several nights and days. They arrived to set up their home in a heavily wooded spot. It was already late autumn and they had to build a shelter as soon as possible against the approaching frost. Thomas Lincoln used his carpentry skills to quickly put up a camp. He later began work on a cabin. 7-year-old Abraham helped his father with all the heavy work involved in making the cabin. An unusually large and strong child, he learned early how to wield the axe. Many years later, after becoming the president, he recalled that an axe was put into his hands at once, and from that time till his 23rd year, he was almost constantly handling it. Abraham traveled 7 miles on horseback to a nearby settlement to grind a bag of corn at a hand grist mill, so his family could make bread. 2 years later, Abraham's mother died of a mysterious illness. Abraham's sister, Sarah, was only 11 years old and struggled to cope with household tasks. The small family carried on for some time under this deadly blow. Then in the autumn of 1819, Thomas Lincoln married Sarah Bush Johnston, a widow from Kentucky. Not only was Abraham's new stepmother responsible for bringing material comforts into his home, she also encouraged Abraham to study and improve his talents. From a schoolhouse of round logs and split log benches with Webster's Elementary Spelling Book as the only textbook, Abraham Lincoln began his journey in search of knowledge. In the Pigeon Creek settlement, books, slates, pens, ink, or paper were luxuries. By the time Abraham was able to go to school again, he was 14, then 17. Despite the long gap between one period of instruction and the next, Abraham learned to write. Under such trying circumstances, it would have been only too easy to forget about an education altogether. But Abraham was exceptional in his desire to learn. Every spare moment was spent in some kind of study. He had a copybook that served as a kind of scrapbook of all the passages he had read and liked. He did sums on the fire shovel, the broad, wooden or like instrument whose one end narrowed to a handle. Working on this wooden shovel by the flickering firelight, he would use his drawing knife to shave the shovel clean when it had been covered with his charcoal writing. Abraham borrowed books, as often as he could, in order to improve his reading and knowledge. Robinson Crusoe, Aesop's Fables, Pilgrim's Progress, The Life of Washington, and A History of the United States formed the substance of his reading in these years. But it was not reading alone that occupied him. He also worked on his father's farm and assisted neighbors who needed a helping hand. While boys of his age took early to the rifle and hunted the wild creatures in the forests around them for food and fur, Abraham abstained from hunting altogether. The time that his peers spent lying in wait for their quarry, he spent in reading and learning. His gentle nature clearly shrank from hurting or injuring other living creatures. This gentle, generous and determined lad grew to shape his country's destiny like a few have done before or since.